There's a mighty claim being made by commercial fishers in this state and parroted by politicians and Fisheries. That is, we provide freshly caught finfish for South Australians who can't catch their own. Well, we're going to put the acid on that little mantra. For a start, 80% of all South Australian premium species, King George whiting, snapper, garfish, flathead, are exported interstate to Melbourne and Sydney. There's also a growing export market in Europe and Hong Kong for our premium species. What South Australians who can't fish for themselves end up getting in the local fishmongers is second-tier species, such as Australian salmon, snook, tommies, and even species never seen for sale before, such as Port Jackson sharks, carpet sharks or wobbegongs, and even weedy whiting. Yep, our commercial fishers make the claim, but the evidence shows they can't back it up. The proof sits right in front of them in the refrigerated cabinets of seafood retailers in the Central Market and elsewhere. Yep, nothing like a good feed of Port Jackson shark to showcase South Australia's premium sustainable caught seafood. Even the Fisheries Minister Leon Bignell gets up at functions to spruik the benefits of our premium species. The only trouble is, we can't get them, because they're massively overpriced or just not available for us to buy. Maybe the commercial fishers would be better off claiming they catch our premium species to feed the hordes of people living in Sydney and Melbourne, and of late, Hong Kong. Let's have a look at that with a microscope, because something is terribly wrong here, especially with King George whiting. Ferguson Australia from Port Adelaide has on its website packaged frozen King George whiting fillets at $17.99 for 200 grams, which represents just on $90 per kilogram. Exceptional stuff. They have broken out into the Hong Kong market and asked you to visit the site. So I did, and really wasn't prepared for the shock. Almost identical on the Joe Sun website are those frozen King George whiting packets of 200 grams for, wait for it, $200 a packet. But that's Hong Kong dollars. So with a little conversion at $6.14 Hong Kong to $1 Aussie dollar, the real price in our terms is $32.57, which represents $162.85 per kilogram. Now that's what I call a markup. But have a close look at the branding they're selling under. Tas-Mania? What is that all about? Surely you're not suggesting a bit of hoodwinking going on here. So we as the public need to know what's going on in this state with our premium finfish. Netters can dump their catch because they can't fit it into their vans with no penalty. We get to eat Port Jackson shark, whilst people interstate eat our King George whiting, gar and snapper. It is purely greed. Using the latest PIRSA data for King George whiting, in 2013-14, the commercial fishers took 265 tonnes of the species, worth $4.3 million, which averages out to $16.22 per kilogram. So why in the hell are we paying almost $90 a kilogram for them? What gives me a big belly laugh is our Fisheries Minister Leon Bignell is also Minister for Tourism and talks up this state as the place to be to eat freshly caught premium South Australian fish. Leon, most of the fish available in this state is imported from the polluted Mekong Delta or from Thailand, Argentina and South Africa. But the tourists can look forward to chowing down on a locally caught PJ as often as they want. You're killing me, Leon. You're killing me.